Hello, my dear. Petra here. Welcome back. Today, I want to start with a question. Have you ever felt like there's an invisible ceiling on your income? Like, no matter how many books you read, how many side hustles you start, or how many money mantras you shout into the mirror, you always end up back at the same bank balance. I know it's frustrating. It feels like the universe is working against you. But what if I told you the person holding you back isn't the universe or the economy? It's a version of you that lives in the dark. It's what psychologists called the shadow. So, today we are going beyond the surface level positive thinking and diving into the deep end shadow work for wealth. We are going to uncover the hidden beliefs, the dirty feelings about money, and the subconscious fears that are keeping you in a state of just enough instead of more than enough. If you are tired of the manifesting fluff and you want to understand the psychological roots of your wealth, stay tuned. We are about to turn the lights on. But it is the shadow. The shadow is made up of all the parts of ourselves we have rejected to fit in. It's simply the part of ourselves we've pushed away, the traits, beliefs, and fears we find unacceptable. In fact, when we were kids, we learned what was good and what was bad. Most of us were raised with manuscripts, phrases we heard as kids that became our subconscious blueprints. Phrases like money doesn't grow on trees, rich people are greedy, we can't afford that, stay humble, don't show off. If you grew up in a house where people complained about the greedy rich, you learned that being rich equals being bad, and your brain tucked away your natural desire for wealth into the shadow. So now, even if you are an adult and you think you want to be wealthy, your shadow might be whispering, if you get rich, people will think you are a bad person. Or, if you have money, you'll have to work yourself to death. So, every time you get closer to real success, your shadow freaks out and your subconscious literally sabotages your success to keep you safe from these perceived threats. That's why you might accidentally forget to send an invoice, or why you spend a windfall of cash as soon as it hits your account. Your shadow makes you overspend, makes you procrastinate, it makes you play small. A huge part of the money shadow is the good person trap. We think that being spiritual or being a good person means we shouldn't care about money. We think poverty is noble. But let's be real. It's very hard to be generous when you are worried about your rent. It's hard to change the world when you are exhausted from three jobs. Wealth isn't the opposite of goodness, it's an amplifier. If you are a good person, in fact, money makes you a more effective good person. Shadow work helps us reconcile these two things. Let's see if you recognize yourself in these three archetypes. The martyr. You feel guilty taking money for your work. You over-deliver and undercharge. Your shadow believes that suffering is the only way to be worthy. The ostrich. You are afraid to look at your bank account. You avoid taxes, invoices, and budgets. Your shadow believes that if you don't look at the monster, it can't hurt you. The imposter. You are terrified that if you become wealthy, people will realize you are a fraud. Your shadow believes you don't actually have a value to offer, so you hide. But how do you find your shadow? Look at your projections. What makes you angry or jealous? When you see someone on Instagram posting about their new house or their luxury vacation, what's your first thought? If it is, must be nice, they probably took a shortcut. That's your shadow. The part of you that feels not enough is lashing out to protect your ego. Try this exercise. Grab a notebook, write down people with a lot of money are. Don't think, just write. If words like greedy, lucky, stuck up, or stressed come up, congratulations, you have just met your money shadow. Shadow work isn't about getting rid of these thoughts, it's about integrating them. Instead of saying, I shouldn't feel jealous, say, I see that I feel jealous. This means I actually deeply desire more freedom and I am afraid I can't have it. Once you bring the fear into the light, it loses its power over you. You stop seeing money as a moral test and start seeing it for what it is, neutral energy. Money is just a tool that magnifies who you already are. If you are a kind, abundant person, more money just makes you more kind and more abundance. But now let's see how to do in details. So, how do we fix this? We have to talk to the shadow. So, I want you to try this exercise tonight. Step 1. Think about someone who has the kind of money you want. Notice the first negative thought that pops up. They are probably arrogant. They don't work as hard as I do. That's your shadow talking. Step number 2. Sit with that feeling and ask it. Why do you want me to think they are arrogant? The shadow might answer. Because if they aren't arrogant, then I have no excuse for why I don't have what I have. Step number 3. Instead of judging yourself, thank your shadow and say, thank you for trying to protect my ego, but I'm safe enough now to handle the truth. I want that success, and I'm capable of achieving it without becoming arrogant. When you integrate your money shadow, the invisible ceiling disappears. You stop fighting yourself. Suddenly, asking for a raise feels natural. Starting that business feels exciting rather than terrifying. You realize that money is just energy. It's like water. It needs to flow. When you stop clutching your scarcity beliefs, the flow begins. So, for your abundance practice, start blessing your money as it leaves your hands. When you pay a bill, say, thank you for the service this provided, and may this money go on to bless whoever receives it. This tells your subconscious that there is always more where that came from. Shadow work isn't a one time event, it's a lifestyle, but it is the most rewarding work you will ever do because on the other side of your fear is your freedom. I know this was a deep one. If you are feeling a little emotional or overwhelmed, that's actually a sign that you are breaking through. Be gentle with yourself today. And now, if you find value in this deep dive, please like and subscribe. We are going to keep peeling back the layers of the abundance mindset every week. And tell me in the comments What was the biggest money lie you heard growing up? Let's bring those shadows into the light together. And remember, you are worthy, you are capable, and you are already abundant, no matter what. I'll see you in the next video.